South Central isn't a place that, it's easy to live in or, easy to be homeless in, really. You have to feel like, you comfortable, but you're not. Like, it's like, basically you have to keep eyes behind your head. You have to watch the company you keep. Yeah, you even have to watch the people that's around, because you never know, they might draw attention to you, the wrong attention. But you also have some people out here that draw the right attention, but from the wrong person. So that's how I feel growing up, out here in South Central. It's just hard. I'm like in South Central, really.
It's just a safe area if you mind your own business and keep going by doing you. It's all right. But when you focus on others, it's hectic. It's like then other people, they get angry and then get to saying things like, it's crip on crip, cuz mind your own business. They get angry. Hey, Gordy. Okay. Shoes. What's up? Hola. I lived over here for so many years, and when I was housed, I lived over there with my granny on 109th in Maine. And by me growing older, I had gotten married. So my mom, she was like, okay, you married now and you don't need me now. And so I went with my husband and my kids, and we had gotten a house, and I was working for Charles Drew University in Martin Luther King Hospital, and by him not trusting me, going to work, coming back, he was insecure. He was insecure, and I was like, okay, you're insecure, you're not trusting me, going to church and going to work, coming home, and I turned to the streets and drugs.
We know that homeless issues are not particular to South Central. The city of Hollywood has also homeless issue. Downtown Los Angeles, Koreatown. Each city has their challenges based on the demographics. Hollywood Boulevard, we see a lot of sex work and more access to services because there is agencies that are in Hollywood. We have East LA. Also, we have a homeless population that can be older Black and Latino men in one area. It can be youth in Hollywood being homeless. It can be your seniors in Koreatown, Latino, Black, some Asians. It can be South Central clients that don't have an EBT card because it got expired. They're the clients that are sleeping on the under the bridge of the freeway with chronic depression, using drugs, don't have a phone, they're not in contact with their family, they don't have access to showers, to meals. They're the ones pushing carts, finding recycling to survive. They don't talk, and they don't go access services outside the immediate area.
People in this community, based upon the vital statistics report, have some of the highest morbidity and mortality for all the major health indicators such as heart disease, lung disease, cancer, hypertension, high rates of STI, substance misuse. There are food insecurity issues here where there are not a lot of really nice grocery stores where people can get fresh produce. the educational system isn't all that good in terms of a lot of the high schools in the area. There are a lot of charter schools that have propped up in the last 20 years to deal with the fact that the public high schools really weren't providing sufficient education to the young people. You have young people in this community who are graduating from high school who can't read, and they're literally functional illiterates, but you made it through high school and can't read. That kind of thing is happening, and that's been happening for decades. There's a lot of tension at all the time. There are gangs in the community too. You got to deal with the gangs, and whether or not you live in an area where there's an active gang and active gang violence going on. Then you have, people breaking into houses, people stealing things. I mean, it's just wherever you turn, something is going on in this community. So you have to be very observant of your surroundings, and a lot of unemployment, very, very high rates of unemployment. So with all of those things combined, you have a community that's sort of like under siege all the time. It's reflective of most inner cities throughout the entire United States. So it's just a reflection or a mirror of what's happening in major inner cities all over this country in terms of Black and brown people and them trying to survive in a society that's based on structural and institutionalized racism.
If I'm in the streets, sleep wherever, I'm not worried about anything. Yeah, I do worry about something because it is dangerous. I'll be on foot sometimes. You know what's going to pop out down the street because you might be walking down the street, it's dark. You don't know if the dog comes to get you or somebody to stab you or shoot you. I'm lucky I'm still breathing. I got a bullet right here. We're sleeping under the railroad tracks. 2 in the morning one day a few months ago. Months ago. I wait for the train. It start running till 4 in the morning. 2 in the morning. Well, where am I gonna go? My family, I'm getting messed with. I go down, I'm safe. I go down by the freeway, up under the railroad tracks, not the train tracks for the metro. Go under the railroad tracks for a regular train. I could bump your head going under there. I didn't care who was seeing me. The freeway's going on, it was 2 in the morning. I hear gunshots way down the way. And started hearing me get closer. I hear him stop. Then I hear a car go, I'm down, I see the car, turn around towards the freeway and on ramp. Boom, 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 boom. I dug like this. Something ricocheted hit me in my arm. I go down to the sheriff. It's okay, man. I can't die, get away from anywhere, you know what I mean?
Angry, lost, experience loneliness, alone, like nobody cares, not even my family, and I don't even talk to them much,
This is a survival area. People are coming here to South Central from other areas of LA County that cannot afford to live anymore. So the majority of people that we see is Black men, Latino men, individuals that came out of jail, because a lot of that population is being placed in South Central because there is housing available. We see also transgenders that work doing sex work. So it's a combination of different demographics. But what unites those demographics in this area is socioeconomic. Everybody's trying to survive with pretty much nothing.
Sometimes you can't do stuff that you want to do, you know. Say like if you want to go out and get a meal, you can't go out and get a meal. You have to go off the next person's like leftovers. Sometimes it don't add up. Might be just a little bone with like a little strip of meat on it or something. You never know. Like, basically, you know. And then money-wise, you have to do whatever you can, you know. Even if some people I know they did stealing before. I've been through it before. I've been down the road, so I understand how it be.
We have in LA County a perception that if you have a need, you come to us begging for a service. We need to change that mentality because obviously it's not working. The need's still out there. People are discouraged to walk into an agency to get services. We've been doing this for too long. It's time to realize that a service provider is a service provider. You are the provider. You're not a giver. You're a provider. You need to present the services and go find the clients and tell them. We have done a terrible job in detaching from that. It is important that we acknowledge the immediate need of the client so the client feels welcome. We acknowledge that the client is not going to be your perfect client, and it's up to the agency, it's up to Granada and Broadway and other sister agencies that work with us to do a proper encounter. Because if you don't cover safety, culture, and immediate need of a client, the client will not either have time, trust, and is not going to engage. When you're giving a hard-to-reach client that doesn't have anything but depression, addiction, hunger, fear, isolation, you got to be able to present your services identifying those immediate needs and doing something about it.
For us is bringing the actual resources, bringing tab cards on site. It's bringing shoes, donations, food, bringing the actual I need. These are tangible things. We're not dealing with your regular individuals, right? Where they can go home and access these things, right?
There are many, many, many issues facing a lot of the students that have come out but are still maybe in the closet with their family because of homophobia or just the acceptance of who they are, including issues concerning social peerism, on them being LGBTQ, gay, and also insecurities of food and also clothing we hear, and also homelessness.
Study after study shows that rather than seek help, they actually don't want to get involved with this because they're worried they're going to be misgendered, or there's going to be stigma associated with it. And we're all here today to say, please come. You're welcome, dear. We want to be able to help you and offer you the services that you need, and the services, frankly, that you're entitled to. So I think that's been the biggest challenge for us.
You look for like security. You want to feel secure, safe. But it's not safe. Because they get, in there they call themselves get into a relationship and they still get abused in there. And it's, I don't understand why why they let it be happening, that you have other females that's in there together, and they be fighting with the other ladies, and each one you get put out, you get written up for this and that, and if you get into another confrontation with someone, they will you have to leave. And where do you go from there? They just put you out on the street, or do they help you get into another shelter?
But I had to go through a lot to be forced to go to a shelter. Because I be like doing me, And yes, and I don't like instructions from others because I'm a mother and I don't like to be bossed.
I have this need today to survive, yet I'm dying because I need this surgery. Which one do I go first? They will choose to solve the immediate needs, which is hunger, shelter, depression, and therefore having these issues and not addressing these issues leads to drinking and using and not having the energy to get services. What we do is we build community because it's HIV testing, a food bank, immediate medical services and referral, counseling, and mental health.
The most difficult people to reach are going to be people who are really strung out heavy on drugs. And then most of the time they're just looking a way to cop money to buy more drugs. So they might be in a place where during the day they're asleep all day and at night they're on the street trying to get their drugs. Also for sex workers, women engaging in transactional sex, again, if they're up all night, they're not going to be out during the day.
It's hard for me because I don't know exactly where to go if no one is telling me where to go. They say this, that they're supposed to help you find low-income housing, and then yet they say no, we don't do housing, we don't do this and that, but yet you do everything. You go, you get your Social Security card, you get your birth certificate, you get your ID, this and that. And so where does it go? Where is the help at? How would I catch the bus if I don't know what bus to catch? How do I get back?
You know, I had everything. I had money, and I just confused and lost it there. And I didn't want nobody's help. Things happen. You just lose it. And you want to be alone, and you just walk around in the streets. And you don't want nobody's help.
And then I don't know what's happening tomorrow. I just worry about today. You know what I'm saying? I don't know where I'm going to be at tonight exactly. Probably my mom's house. I'm not there all the time. But it's rough. Sometimes I have money a little bit here and there. Sometimes I don't. I got to do what I have to do to survive however I can do it.
I think something that gets really underreported is a lot of people want to work, and sometimes there's a skills gap. They don't have the skills that they want to do the work that they want to do, and they're happy to take whatever they can get here to keep on going. But I noticed that many of them, they want to stand on their 2 feet. They need help and they need guidance and direction on knowing what to do.
There are a number of barriers that can keep them from getting a job. And so when they do go in for an interview and they want to talk about it, that's something that gets me super excited too. I just had one person come in and they just landed a job for, I think it's their first one out of prison, and they were just so excited.
They talk to me for 20, 30, 40 minutes, even though the test only takes 1 minute nowadays, because they haven't talked to anybody. They haven't had a good conversation with another human being for weeks or months or maybe years.
No client that I have has came in and just says hi and then signs their name and sits down before they get tested. Everyone has something to say about what's happening with them usually.
We know that a lot of sister agencies in LA County have limited resources, but that should not be a barrier for us to provide services. The collaboration is important because one agency can do one type of service, another agency does another type of service, But if we work together, we're able to present a packet to the client so the client can benefit and identify all the area of need. That's why we do that in South Central, because client A needs to get to point B to get one service. Then from point B, he goes to point C to go to another service. By the time this client is given 3 services, he already went through all LA County. So we lose them. And then maybe they get 1 service and they're like strong in one area and they're not strong in 3 other areas. So, and that becomes a problem because then the client gets discouraged, and that adds to more depression, more drinking, health, safety.
And I'm tired. I'm reaching out for help. I asked my physician, my primary doctor, could she give me something for stop the cravings for me using drugs.
I'm doing whatever I can till I get assistance, which I haven't got yet. I'm a single father of a 13-year-old. I just turned 65. And I don't know what's happening tomorrow. I just worry about today.
I'm hoping somebody like reach out to me and help me to help myself save myself from the dangers of being homeless and without.
I feel like I'm just somebody off this. I feel like I don't exist, basically. Like I'm just somebody that's invisible. Like people just walk past me like I'm a ghost. They need to be able to open up more programs for me so I could be able to live like a regular human being. Because right now I feel like an animal. I feel like a person that just don't have no life. Like I just don't, I don't matter. And I want to feel like somebody that matters. I want to feel important.